Yo guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome to another puzzle from Jacob Aagaard's book, Excelling at Positional Chess. I feel like I'm wrong about yesterday's puzzle. Rook c2 to d2 looks like a really logical move. It's probably the right instinct to have. I was just a little frustrated because it didn't mention anything. It didn't mention like the d4 square, like not a word about it. Like that the knights are going to go there. So I mean, I just felt like that was a little odd. Um, Anyway, this is an interesting puzzle. It's white to move. It's interesting because at a chess camp I just ran, John Bartholomew set up a bunch of positions, and I'm pretty sure this was one of the positions. And it's very unfortunate. Like we went over all of the answers, and there was one moment where I had to like leave the room to do something. I'm pretty sure it was while he was demonstrating what white should do in this position. So it's kind of funny, right? I should know the answer, but I mean, pause the video, try to figure out what you do. I think the right way to play this, and I remember him kind of briefly mentioning something to me. Like you look at the position, black's pretty solidly blockading everything. It's not so easy to see how white makes progress. I'm pretty sure white used a maneuver of knight d1 to e3 to c4. It's just funny that I've seen this position like literally a week ago. I'm sure it's not the most popular chess position ever. I think he mentioned something like that as an idea. So knight d1 to e3 to c4, and then we take on d6. And then like, see the key is this, I guess this bishop's controlling the key c7 square. So we just gonna try to get rid of that thing. Let's say bishop b4. Rook e1. I don't know. I mean, I'm just making some moves just to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, if he takes with the pawn, we go bishop b4 and attack it. If he takes with the queen, we still have bishop b4 ideas. I'm just going to stick with that just because there's no way I'm going to be able to think independently about this position since I believe I already sort of know the answer, so... This is Korchnoi Yusupov, and yes, I was correct. Knight to d1 was played. Bishop to g4. And basically it says, I originally had the feeling that this exercise was rather difficult, but it seems that this is not the case. The important factor is that none of white's pieces other than the knight needs improving. And as there is no reason to alter the pawn structure, this should be done immediately. And it says e4. White has a clear advantage. One of the keys to the position is the bishop on g2 is guaranteed to become a strong piece, particularly after black's light square bishop has been exchanged. Therefore, the text serves to gain space for white. c6 was played. You played knight e3. They said pawn takes pawn was probably better, but whatever. Like pawn takes, rook here. C takes. Queen takes, knight c3, bishop c5, and black has some compensation, but white should be doing pretty well. And then he says at the end, this is a good time to mention what Alkine said. The best players will always trade in a material advantage for a positional advantage, as the latter is much easier to play. I kind of agree with that, and you've seen that in a lot of my blitz games. I don't care about the material so much if it kind of gives away a dominating position. So Korchnoi didn't go for that pawn up. He went knight e3. Pawn takes pawn. Knight takes. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Rook a to e8. Rook f to e1. It's very hard for me to look at these moves, so I have to avoid looking at the answers to the next puzzle. Knight f6, queen b3. And white has some advantage, which, yeah, I can't disagree. I'm not going to look at the whole 70-move game, but this pawn is stronger. You know, I have two bishops, and I have a passed pawn, which can be useful in a lot of different ways. It's certainly not going to be easy to win this. Black still has it firmly blockaded, but with the wrong piece, like a knight's usually a better blockader. But even a knight wouldn't help here, because bishop b4 would be annoying. And yeah, I just think white has some advantage. Like bishop e3, queen b, or maybe queen b6. You just slowly increase the pressure. The e-pawn could get weak sometimes. You know, it's not like nothing amazing, but as you see... Oh, bishop h3, a key idea too. Controlling the only open file. So that could be useful. I'm going to turn on Houdini just to see, like, maybe white should have taken that pawn. It's hard to say. Houdini actually prefers not taking the pawn, so that's interesting. They think it's pretty close. They think bishop c3 with the idea of knight e3, but it's an interesting idea, this knight d1. I'm sure Houdini won't like it very much. Yeah, it doesn't really... Oh no, it does! Wow, look at Houdini go. Positional master. Alright, interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching this game. The players were Korchnoi, Yusupov. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.